So I'm gonna leave you close so you can see my eyes. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? I'm going to do 2 looks with the new Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. I got it as a gift for Christmas and I'm excited to try it out. I'm gonna compare it to his first one. I have the other nude one, which has more shimmers and mattes. This is just a matte palette. But let's also do a full face of some newer products in my collection as well. So let's get started. So I'm going to prime my face with this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I love this one. I just like to use this one when I film or before I apply my makeup as a nice hydrating primer. It feels very nice. It has a nice lemon scent, which I really love. I love lemon scents in my skincare. It does feel very hydrating. Not like hydrating that it actually, you can feel the skin absorbing this product, but not hydrating to the point where it's oily and greasy. So that's how I would describe this product. Quite expensive. Again, this was a gift for Christmas. Okay, now let this settle in. And for a foundation, I thought I should go in with my Fenty foundation, and this is the Fenty Beauty Is Drop Blur Smooth Skin Tint. I got mine in the shade 2, and I kept my cap on because I'm afraid that it's gonna dry up. This is a very nice foundation. I have dry skin and I never thought I would enjoy a foundation stick. And I think I'm gonna start with my Rare Beauty foundation brush, and then I'm gonna go into a sponge. If you guys hear that, that's our heater because it's minus 42 outside with wind chill. It's crazy. The weather has been so crazy. We went to one of my son's hockey games and the fire alarm went off. So we went outside and we found out that the fire alarm went off because a pipe burst because of the cold weather. It's just, it has been such a crazy week. We had such great weather this winter, with the exception of this last week. It's been just insane. So let me know where you guys are from and how your winter has been and the weather has been where you live. I would love to hear from you guys. Like I said, I think nighttime we reached minus 50. The foundation looks light to medium coverage. It did cover the imperfections, but it's not drying and it's not cakey looking. I love this. This is such a great product for traveling as well. For concealer, I'm going to go into my newest concealer. This is the Dior Backstage Concealer. And mine is in the shade, I think it's 0CR. This is such a great brightening concealer. So we're just going to brighten the eye area a bit here and the rest of the spots here. Just going to use this on my eyelids as well. I love this because it has a nice brush. So it's not like a doe foot applicator, it's a nice brush. What am I going to use for this? So I'm going to start with this Sephora brush. I think this is more of a concealer brush. And then I'm going to go into my sponge. I just like to dab this into the skin this way first, so that the sponge doesn't absorb everything. And then the sponge will just make it a little bit more nice and smoother. You see how nice it just lifts the eye when it just brightens it? I love it. You can use any type of concealer brush. Wow, this is such a nice combo. Look how nice everything just got brightened. Now I want to show you this trick, which I've seen it. I didn't invent this, but I've seen it on TikTok, I think. Let me give this a good shake. And I'm talking about the Drunk Elephant, the Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. So I bought this a while ago. I don't enjoy it, using it, mixing it with my skincare or my foundation, because that basically kind of darkens my skin and then my foundation does not match my neck. However, if you use it this way as a bronzer instead, I love it a lot more. So basically put some on the back of my hand, And then with my brush, I swirled it, and we're gonna use this as a bronzer. So this gives me very Makeup by Mario vibes, the skin enhancer, because this has the same type of feeling, right? It's more of a skincare product that you can mix with your foundation. But look how intense it looks. It looks really, really intense. Don't worry. We're gonna use our sponge after, but I just want to deposit the product first. See, it just gives it that skin enhancer vibe. So you can go in with your foundation brush after to kind of eliminate the line here that we created, and then just take away from the color if it's too much. But this is very intense. I did not know that I can use this as a bronzer, right? I think that's a great idea because it is a lot of money. So I didn't want to just waste it and not use it. And it's been sitting on my vanity for a while, and I haven't been using it because I don't like using it, mixing it with foundations or with skincare. I just don't like it. You can mix it with skincare and just use that as like a nice glowy base, and that's it. You don't need to add foundation. So that's another way you can use it. But I found that it obviously darkens your foundation, and then it won't match with the rest of your body if you are more of a fair skin type. Doesn't this look beautiful? It's just so natural looking. It's exactly like the skin enhancer, but in a liquid version. So if you do have this and you hate using it the way that people talked about it on TikTok and YouTube, go ahead and use this as a bronzer. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so for, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use highlighter because you can see how glowy it already looks. But I'm going to go ahead and use this Makeup by Mario blush. I haven't used this in a while. This is in Dusty Rose. It's such a beautiful color. I love it. I'll show it to you here. It's very, very nice and burgundy. It's rosy. I just love it. It's beautiful. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use my BK Beauty 109 brush. I'm just going to work off of the actual product and just add this veil of color to the cheeks. Not too much. I don't want to use too much blush today because we're going to focus on the eyes more. And the eyes, I'm going to create more of a warm toned look on one eye with the top row, and then a cool tone on the other eye with the bottom row. So I don't want to have too much of rosy cheeks. We're going to powder the T-zone a bit, and I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder. And the way I'm going to use it, I'm going to use this beauty blender and pick it up, and then I'm just going to make sure that I don't have too much. Ooh, you see how beautiful it just... So I'm going to do this part of the face so you guys can see the difference. Okay, so here it is with powder. You can still see the skin looking healthy, but it just eliminates that extra not needed shine, which sometimes I like this type of shine. So sometimes I don't use powder because I don't mind having that extra shine. But there you go. It's just airbrushes your face. This is such a beautiful product, and this is in the shade Fair Medium, and it's kind of the white inside. The packaging is different because it's it was a holiday edition, but it's this white powder I really love. Okay, so let's move on to the actual palette now. I always like to watch videos of people applying makeup all over their face, their complexion, and then moving on to eyes, even if it's like an eyeshadow palette tutorial, because I don't know, there's something that I love about watching people applying complexion products. Let's move on to the palette. It is more of a matte finish here compared to the one Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, which is the first one. So you can see how shiny and dirty this is, and I really love the packaging on this one for sure. But the formula on the first one is really pretty. So I'm gonna open it so I can show it to you both and see which one you prefer. Like the mattes are beautiful. Like you're not gonna go wrong with either or. So here they are. So this is the first one right here, and this is the new one that he came out with. So this is all mattes, this is mattes and shimmers. And I actually, you know, some days I love to have my shimmers in here, but I love to have this matte eyeshadow palette as well. Oh, so pretty. So let me do some swatches. You guys already seen this palette in action. I do have a video, I don't know if it's before or after this one, created a very nice natural look that I get a lot of compliments on, but it does come with the two cream shades right here, which has a nice flap so that the powder doesn't contaminate the cream. It's really pretty, a nice brown and black, and we're going to use this as liners today. And let's do an eye look with the top row and then one with the bottom row. I have absolutely nothing in mind. We're just going to go with the flow. By the way, the shade names are not on the actual palette here, but they are right here on the back. I wish this flap was not moving so much. So I'm going to go into this shade right here for now and use that as a transition. So I'm just going to use it above the crease. Wow, so it looks quite light in the pan, but it transfers a little bit darker. Like I have no doubt that this formula is going to cause me any problems. So I'm gonna go after in the next shade, which is right here. And I'm gonna put this kind of in the crease and above. We're gonna mash all of this together, see, right away. So you can see how it does look a little bit more reddish. It's this one right here. So this eye look is gonna be a nice warm eye look, all matte. This is already so pretty. Now the creams, I have used the creams from the other palette and I've used them as liners, but throughout the day I've noticed that they smudge and they don't stay. So I'm not gonna use them this way today, but I'm not gonna use them as I've used them in the past. However, I'm gonna show you pretty soon how we're gonna work with that. I'm gonna use the darkest one now right here and put that in my outer V, and we'll try put it in the inner and leave the middle a little bit more open. I'm just gonna use the darkest one now. And then with a clean brush, just blend it a bit and bring it outwards. So I just want to darken the inner corner and outer corner like that. So now I'm going to go with another flat brush, and I'm going to go into this very light shade, which is the first shade in the top row. And I'm going to use like a flat brush. This is a Blink Brushes E4, and just put this in the middle. Just brighten the middle a little bit. Ooh, these mattes are so beautiful. Look at that. I love this. We haven't used this shade yet, so I'm going to use this shade with a smaller brush and try use that kind of all over in my crease. I'm going to use my MAC 221 brush. Just add this in the crease here and combine the front with the back. So now I'm going to go into my first brush and just make sure that we diffuse everything. And for the eyebrow, I'm going to use that same light shade and just add it up here to brighten this area up a bit, and a little bit more in the middle. That's really pretty. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, it's going to be something very simple. I'm going to choose which color. Let's start with the third, like the middle one. I'm going to start with this one and add it on the bottom lash line with a BK Beauty 210. Just to kind of blend the colors together. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the next to it, this one right here, and intensify the bottom lash line here, especially this outer corner here. So that's more of a reddish undertone from what I see. So let's go into the darkest one now with the same brush and add this as well. And now with like a fluffy brush, this is like a Tarte brush, but we're just going to use this for now to kind of mash everything together here. Okay, now for the top lash line. So I'm gonna use my favorite brush. This is the BK Beauty 208, this is my favorite brush. It's like so nice and thin, perfect for eyeliner. So we're gonna go into that cream brown right here. Add this on the top lash line right here, close to the lash line. That is very hard to go in that inner corner. But you see the difference? It's just so beautiful. So I love using these creams this way. They are so easy to blend and not make a mistake. Perfect for beginners. You can wing this out, but I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to intensify the outer corner. Now, a rule is if you want this to last even longer, you can go with powder on top of the cream, which I'm not going to do because I think I really like the way this looks. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and apply my Huda Beauty One Coat Wow Mascara in the shade Black. And I'll be right back to show you how the eye turned out, and we're going to move on to the cool tone eye. Okay, so this is what the right eye looks like with the top row. It's a nice warm look, and I wanted to do more of a halo eye without having like glitters in the middle. So I think I really like the nice brightening. It brightens, you can see how nice, and it opens up the eye compared to this one. So let's move on to the cool tone row. I'm excited. I'm gonna start with the second shade actually from the top row, which is this nice brown. And I'm gonna use that with a Moda. This is a Moda crease brush. Put it on top right here, like above the crease. And see if we see a difference between the cool tone row and the actual warm tone. I already see a nice difference. You can see that this shade is much more cooler than this shade that we applied here. A very nice shade. Now we're going to move into the next one, which is this middle grayish brown. We're going to apply in the crease with the same brush. It's okay. You can see how it's much darker, obviously, and pulls more grayish than warm tone brown. It's very pretty. I'm happy because this palette gives you the option to create either a cool tone look or a warm tone look. Okay, so now we have the darkest of this cool tone brown, and I'm going to go with this Tarte flat brush, and I'm talking about this one right here. So we're going to go into this one right beside the black. And again, I'm going to add it in the outer corner. And so far, I'm not seeing any fallout. And I'm going to add a little bit in the inner corner here. Now we're going to go with a brush. I'm going to use this MAC 221 brush because this is a bit smaller and easier to get in the inner corner here to blend. Wow, so this is a very dark shade. Well, let's see once we blend it out. Very pretty. Don't worry, we'll come back to more blending. But let's go ahead and add that nice white now in the middle. I'm going to use a different brush. This is a Luxie 211 brush, which has this nice flat head. And I'm going to go into this white shade. Where is it? Yes, right here. And let's add this in the middle of the eye. Oh, so pretty. I love how it just diffuses the inner corner and outer corner a bit more. That is pretty. Ooh, I like it. Now let's blend that a little bit more here to make it a little bit better looking. They actually blend very nice. I don't see any patchiness and anything like that. Definitely, I'm really enjoying how this eye is turning as well. This brush is clean now. I've cleaned it in between. But I just want to blend this a little bit better here. I love this white because you can use it for the inner corner, for anything. We're going to use the black one too, so don't worry. Now I'm going to go into, we're going to slowly move towards the black. So I'm going to go, I think, into this one right here, which is the middle shade. And just add this on the bottom lash line. I'm going to go into a BK Beauty 204 brush. And let's go into this black one here. Ooh, it's intense. Don't be afraid of black. It's going to look nice and smoky. And I'm just going to do the bottom lash line. We're going to go back to the top one and we're going to use the cream black on the top. We're going to put the most of the product here in the outer corner and then slowly kind of bring it in. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to clean my BK Beauty 208 brush, which is this tiny one, and we are going to go into this black right here, into the cream black. Okay, so now let's intensify this top lash line here. So very close to the lash line we're gonna go. This eye is always harder, so just take your time and just intensify that lash line. Now I can go into that black powder to add on top of this cream. So I think that black powder is going to make it look better. Definitely. You can see how it intensified it even more. Okay, so now we have mascara on both eyes. Let's quickly go ahead and apply a lip product. This is the Multi-Liner One Liner by Tower 28. And this is in the shade Work of Art. I love this lip crayons. I'll make sure to show all the ones that I picked up. My lips are quite dry right now. This is a very nice neutral shade. I love this brown. And I'm gonna apply the Lip Glow Oil by Dior. But if you don't have this one, feel free to apply your Laneige lip mask or any type of lip mask because it will mesh really nice with this lip liners. My lips are so dry. I'm gonna leave you close so you can see my eyes. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? Please comment down below and let me know which one you prefer most. I think that in today's video, I really love how my cool tone eye turned out. I feel like the smokiness just opens up the eye a little bit more, and it looks really, really pretty. I think you can see that it's a little bit more wider. Maybe it's just my eye shape, but it's just really, I love how this eye turned out, the cool tones. Okay, so let me give you my final thoughts here. Do I recommend this palette? Price-wise, it's expensive, right? However, you get like, if you think about it, you get like 2 palettes in one, and 2 eyeliners, because you get like a cool tone palette, a warm tone palette if you think about it, and 2 gel liners. So if you think about it that way, then I would say it's worth it. Now, if you already have a neutral palette, a cool tone, a warm tone, then you don't need this palette. However, I'm happy I have it because obviously I'm doing YouTube. I haven't been buying eyeshadow palettes a lot. I'm sticking with kind of my favorite brands for eyeshadow palettes. I love Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I love my Patrick Ta and my Dior's. So you will see a lot of those palettes in my videos. This formula is amazing. It doesn't create any fallouts. You saw that I've used the darkest shades in here. I mean, we've used all shades in this palette, right? And there's absolutely no fallout on my cheeks, which is just amazing, especially when working with the darker shades here, like this corner here. And the creams blended really nicely on the eye. They're slow tugging. Now I want to try it out more as a liner, wing liner, and see how my eyes and eye shape likes it throughout the day without smudging it. But if you just use those to intensify your lash line, you're good to go. That's all you need. So also you can use this for base. So you can use this as a base and then go ahead with this. This would be too darker unless you go for like a super smoky look. But I think that the eyes turned out really nice with this palette. I'm happy I have it. And everything else on complexion. Oh, the trick with the Drunk Elephant. Let me know if you tried this trick, if you have this product. Use it as a bronzer. It's just like the skin enhancer from Makeup by Mario, but in a liquid form. So yeah, that's a good trick that I wanted to show you guys. Anyways, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.
I don't want nobody stabbing me with love. Don't wanna waste no time.